Hi everyone. So as I've said in the previous video, wherein we saw the composition of the lower house, both Lok Sabha and the Legislative Assembly, now we'll have to understand in detail about the system of elections. How does it happen in these lower houses? Because here it is the direct election. For the upper house, it is indirect election for both Rajya Sabha and the Legislative Council. So things are very different there, and just doing the provisions of the constitution would be okay for that. But here we need to understand a couple of concepts which will be covered in two separate videos. In the next one that I'll be covering, I've already discussed the details in a couple of earlier videos also. But just for a quick reminder, we'll do in the next video. But this one that we are going to do right now is very, very important. And the details we have not done, although brief mentioning we have done in the previous one. लेकिन उसके जो भी छोटे छोटे डिटेल्स हैं, हाउ थिंग्स हैपेंड, हाउ इट चेंज्ड, वाई इट गॉट चेंज्ड एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, all those answers you'll find in this video. And this, if you understand this particular part that will be covered here in this video, it's going to be very, very beneficial for you to get that hold over that concept. So please be very focused here. Now, to understand the system of elections to Lok Sabha and the Assembly, we discuss it into four broader headings. So this system of election to the lower house is to be done firstly on the basis of territorial constituencies. Then we'll have an section on readjustment because there is a provision in the constitution for that. So readjustment after each census, and then we have to slightly talk about reservation of SCs and STs, and then slightly first past the post system and then comparing it with the proportional representation by single transferable vote. Okay, so this I have already discussed earlier, as I said, but we'll be doing it in this lower house context, and these two I'll take in the next video. But here our focus for this particular lecture would be on the territorial constituencies and the readjustment after each census. Now the territorial constituency part we have done in the previous one, and we have understood that each state is supposed to be divided into several territorial constituency, and the ratio, it has to be, the constitution is ensured two levels of uniformity that we have seen, if you remember. One amongst the state and another within the state. Okay, and definitely this within the state will also be valid for the assembly one, and both of them will be valid for the Lok Sabha one. Now we have understood that each state, as it is going to be getting a seat in Lok Sabha, जो ratio होगा between the number of seats and the population of state, it should be same for all the states, and only those states will be considered whose population is greater than 6 million, right? So I assume that you remember this point which we have seen in the previous video, that we notice the uniformity amongst the states, and which I have just discussed, and uniformity within the state. What is uniformity within the state? Within the state, it is telling that each state will be divided into several territorial constituency, and यहाँ पे जो ratio होगा, ठीक है, between the population and the number of seats, it should be same throughout the state. So within that state, it should be throughout. Again, this is valid both for the Lok Sabha and the Legislative Assembly. So the first point of territorial constituency should be clear to you. It is as it is given here, these 2 points. Okay, this is for Lok Sabha, and for the Legislative Assembly, if you notice, we have seen this, that for the purpose each will be divided into constituency and ratio will be same. Okay. Now the next one that you have to understand in detail is the readjustment after each census. So this we have covered. These will be for next classes. Our focus now will be on this readjustment after each census and where it is talked about. Now see, for Lok Sabha, there is a whole article given for it, right? Article number 82. So, for Lok Sabha, article number 82, it is given. And for Legislative Assembly, it was embedded in this article only. 170 में ही आपको दिखेगा that upon the completion of each census there should be readjustment. ठीक है, और उसके डिटेल्स जो हैं यहाँ दिए गए हैं. The same thing is there, but that was already embedded in article 170 and clause 3. So, article 170 clause 3. अब हम देखते हैं कि इन्होंने बोला क्या है. What are the details they have talked about readjustment? Now, what it is telling? Upon the completion of each census, census हमारे यहाँ decennial census होता है 10 years, ठीक है. So every 10 year there will be completion of each census, then it will take some time to publish the figures and all of that things will happen. So upon the completion of each census, the allocation of seats in Lok Sabha, जो हर स्टेट का, क्योंकि हर सेंसस के बाद there will be different population figure for each state. I hope that is clear to you. So when we will get another new data and there will be different population for each state, then there need to be readjustment of the seats. That should be clear. So the allocation of seats in the Lok Sabha to the states, this is one part. Allocation of seats to the states, this is one part. And division of each state into territorial constituency, because within the state also there will be change in the number. If the total number of the state will change, then within that also the territorial constituencies में number change होने चाहिए, because what we have to ensure that the ratio is same throughout. So if you have to ensure this uniformity, so the state division into territorial constituency वो भी important हो जाएगा. So number 1, the number of seats which are allotted to each state in Lok Sabha, and number 2, within each state the territorial constituency division. ठीक है, दोनों चीज़ें. Readjustment होनी चाहिए उनका after each census, because we will get different figures. So it should be readjusted. Now who would readjust it? So the authority and the manner should be determined by the parliament. Okay, so firstly let us write this, otherwise we'll have so much to write and there might be confusion. So article 82 क्या कह रहा है कि after each census there should be readjustment. Readjustment in what? जो seats allocation होंगे to states in लोक सभा, and जो states का division होगा into territorial constituency. And who would carry out this readjustment and how it will be done? So authority and manner decided or determined by parliament. Parliament will make law to decide this. Now when it was said, ठीक है, ये चीज़ एक डिसाइड कर ली गई. ये हो गया फॉर लोक सभा. अभी आप अगर असेंबली के लिए भी देखो तो सेम चीज़ दी गई है, दैट आफ्टर द कंप्लीशन ऑफ ईच सेंसस जो नंबर ऑफ सीट्स होंगे, ठीक है, इन द असेंबली ऑफ ईच स्टेट, एंड उनका जो डिविजन होगा इनटू कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी, दैट शुड बी रीएडजस्टेड. एंड हियर ऑल्सो द अथॉरिटी विल बी पार्लियामेंट. ठीक है, इतना तक तो क्लियर है. So this is for article 82 also and article 173 also. अब आगे क्या बोला जाता है? Now because it was said that parliament has to decide, so what the parliament did was, parliament enacted Delimitation Act, कमीशन एक्ट्स. ठीक है, उसी के बेसिस पर डिलिमिटेशन बॉडीज़ बनी, डिलिमिटेशन कमीशन, जिनका काम होता है टेरिटोरियल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी यानी बाउंड्री डिटरमाइन करना कि आप डिलिमिट कर रहे हो, यू आर लिमिटिंग जो बाउंड्रीज़ हैं. ठीक है, एंड इन डिटेल विल डू व्हेन वी डू द इलेक्शन टॉपिक. बट पार्लियामेंट इनैक्टेड डिलिमिटेशन कमीशन एक्ट्स. कब कब आप समझो, 1952 द फर्स्ट जनरल इलेक्शन हैपेंड. ठीक है, 1951 52 में, बट 52 हम लेके चल रहे हैं. सो 52 में एक बार एक्ट लेके आए, फिर 10 साल के बाद लाना था. सो 62 में लेके आए, फिर 72 में लेके आए. अब 72 के बाद अगला 82 में आना था, ठीक है, बट बिकॉज ऑफ 42nd अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 1976 द नंबर वॉज फ्रोजन. आई होप यू रिमेंबर. तो उसमें चेंज कर दिया. अभी क्या था हम आगे देखेंगे. एंड अगला जो आया वो आया फिर 2002 में, ठीक है. ये 4 बार अभी तक डिलिमिटेशन कमीशन एक्ट्स हुए. यहाँ तो इट इज़ 10 ईयर एंड 10 ईयर एंड देन 10 ईयर. ये तो इतना तक तो ठीक है. थिंग्स हैपेंड हियर एंड हियर, दैट विल अंडरस्टैंड. अब यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, इसके बाद 42nd अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 1970, बिकॉज आफ्टर दिस ओनली इन 82 इट कुड हैव कम, बट बिटवीन दैट, ठीक है, इंदिरा गांधी के टाइम में जो इमरजेंसी और ये सब का टाइम था, उसके बाद 42nd अमेंडमेंट एक्ट आया. तो क्या बोल दिया गया कि जो लेवल अब तक चल रहा था पॉपुलेशन का उसको फ्रोज कर दिया गया. फ्रोज एट 1971, बिकॉज सेंसस ईयर्स तो वैसे ही होते हैं ना, जैसे 2011 था, उसके पहले 2001, उसके पहले 1991, देन 1981, देन 1971, ठीक है. 10 ईयर्स बैक वी आर गोइंग. सो 1971 लेवल पे वट एवर सेंसस डेटा वी हैव गॉट उसको फ्रोज कर दिया गया और बोला गया कि अब 2000 तक ये फ्रीज़ रहेगा. इसीलिए फिर 2002 में अगला, क्योंकि 2001 में वी गॉट अ न्यू सेंसस एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट 2002 में अगला एक्ट आया. तो इसको इतने तक फ्रीज कर दिया गया. देयरफॉर यू डू नॉट सी हियर दैट 1982 और 1992 ये सब में वी डू नॉट हैव द कमीशन एक्ट, डिलिमिटेशन कमीशन एक्ट. इसको फ्रोज कर दिया गया कि इतना हम रखेंगे, ठीक है. क्यों, विल जस्ट टॉक अबाउट इट. देन व्हाट हैपेंड 2000 में 84th कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट एक्ट आया और ये जो बैन था ऑन रीएडजस्टमेंट इसको कंटिन्यू करने की बात की गई टिल 2026, ठीक है. अब बोला गया कि इसको हम 2006 के बाद ही चेंज करेंगे. देयरफॉर ये जो लास्ट चेंजेस हुआ वो यहाँ पर हुआ, उसके बाद फिर कोई भी चेंज नहीं हुआ. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई वाज दिस डन हियर, ठीक है. हियर इट वाज जस्ट एक्सटेंडेड but mainly it was froze here. Now see what was happening, because we had the demarcation based on population. Now some states in India, particularly the states in the southern side of the country, they were very much focusing on the population control measures. The northern Indian states were not focusing much. Now if any state will have larger population, it will get more share, I mean more number of seats, because we have more number of seats in the Lok Sabha, because we have the population as the criteria. It is in population wise ratio. So it was basically done with the objective of encouraging the population limiting measures, because if those states which were actually focusing on limiting the population, but because of this criteria, if every year, every census, their population figure will decrease, the total, because they were focusing on the population control measures, but their representation will also be hampered negatively, because we do it on the basis of the ratio. And those states which were not focusing on the population control measures, they will get larger share, क्योंकि वो larger states बन जाएंगे. So with this idea, it was decided that we'll freeze it to जो पुराने census का level था. अब originally, even if your population is increasing, decreasing in every census, whatever is the data, हम जो सीट्स डिटरमाइन आपको करेंगे लोकसभा में, जो हम सीट्स देंगे वो तो फ्रीज हो चुका है, वो इसी लेवल पे होगा. एंड अब उसके बाद सीधे बाद में बोल दिया गया कि 2026 में होगा. आई होप नाउ यू गेट दिस आइडिया एंड आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई डू यू सी द गैप हियर. सो दिस रीएडजस्टमेंट वॉज बीइंग टॉक्ड अबाउट. नाउ दिस पर्टिकुलर एक्ट, this amendment act, it also empowered the government that you can rationalize the seats or the territorial constituencies on the basis of 1991 census figure, ठीक है. पहले तो ये बात बोली गई कि 1991 सेंसस के बेसिस पे आप कर सकते हैं, लेकिन लेटर इन 2003 अनदर एक्ट केम, 87th अमेंडमेंट एक्ट, वहाँ पे ये डिसाइड किया गया दैट नो 2001 के सेंसस पे होगा. सो आई होप अभी जो पॉइंट्स आपको बताए थे इन द प्रीवियस वीडियो ऑल्सो, दैट the seats to be determined on the basis of 1971 census, the seats in Lok Sabha, ठीक है, और जो भी total number of seats होंगे in each legislative assembly, number of seats जो होंगे उनके पास, वो तो freeze कर दिया गया for 71 level only, that is fixed. But the division of state into territorial constituency, within the state जो changes की बात की गई, and it will not affect the total number of seats. It is just talking about the internal changes. So this internal change was fixed 2001 के level पे, जो हमने अभी यहाँ पे देखा, that this was fixed at the 2001 level and this number of seats was fixed at the 1971 level. How it happened, I have just shown you. From one act, this was very clearly done. From another act, later it was freezed. And for both of them, it is said that these two datas will continue to be valid till we get any new figure after 2026. The new census figures are published. और यहाँ पे भी जो 2001 census के लिए बात की गई थी, it was said that इसमें जो total number of seats होंगे allotted to each state in Lok Sabha, that will not be altered. It is just about the internal territorial constituency that they have talked about. ठीक है, and all of these readjustment is not going to affect the representation of the states. And जो भी readjustment होगा वो presidential order के basis पर होगा. ठीक है, this is what is given. If we just quickly see, the first point we have understood, this will not affect the representation. This will be done by presidential order. ठीक है, and the next figure will wait for the next figure after 2026. Till then, the number of seats allocation will be readjusted on the basis of 1971. So it's fixed here. And division of each state into territorial constituency is fixed to be based on the basis of 2001 census. ये हो गया लोक सभा के लिए. Similar, you see for legislative assembly, that number of seats in the assembly will be fixed on the basis of 1971 census, and the division of state into constituency is fixed on the basis of 2001 census. Both of them will not be changed till we get the data for the 2026 figures. तो ये 2 years आपको याद रखने हैं और ये year आपको याद रखना है. The same goes for both the assembly and the Lok Sabha. I hope now the topic of readjustment after each census is now clear to you. We have done these articles also. The topic of reservation and FPTP etc. we'll do in the next video. So this was one part of the systems of election. The next will cover all of those in detail. Thank you so much guys. Take care. Bye bye.